Good morning and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Shelley Whitehead. Thank you so much for joining us. We also want to thank Bremer Bank. They're joining us as well as a brand new sponsor, so we'd love for you to thank them as well by going in and say hey. We are here on Charter Channels 8, 6 days a week. It's a great opportunity for you to see what's going on in your community. Like this weekend, I don't know if you had a chance to see the hometown sampler, but Leanne did get to go see that. She recorded it, and what she's doing is she's offering you an opportunity to see the concert again or for the first time for a $10 donation. And every $10 you give her will go straight to the food bank. All money does go to there. So if you're interested in being a part of that and helping the food shelf for this month, you can give her a call at 390-5751. You can also email her at owatonatoday@charter.net and let her know. That's also the place where you'd find us to let us know what's going on in your communities. We'd love to hear about that, and so we can get you on the air. Just like today, we have some great, amazing people on the air. Of course, one of our favorites, Tanya Paley, is here to talk to us about the Safe and Drug Free Coalition, and also the Barn Bash is coming up. So great opportunities for you to find out what's going on and maybe help out in Steele County Free Fair a little bit. So we'll check in with those things right after this. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
If clothing catches fire, stop, drop, and roll. If your clothes catch on fire, do not panic and run. This only fans the fire. Stop where you are, drop to the ground, and roll over and over to smother the flames. Cover your face with your hands to protect your eyes and your throat and lungs from the burns. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, my name is Dave Olson and I'm with R&K Electric, where we provide power to the people. We're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. I do have Tanya with me. Good morning.
Good morning, Shelley.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. It's a pleasure to have you back. Give us a quick introduction.
Okay, well, I'm the project coordinator for the community coalition that is called the Steele County Safe and Drug Free Coalition. We have a lot of folks that you probably know from the community that are involved in our coalition. So we have a steering committee. Our chair is Greg Zwaber of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and our vice chair is our chief of police, Keith Hiller, and we have folks from the schools and parents and youth and all kinds of folks involved. So that's who I am.
Truly a coalition, because the safe and drug-free part of this is reaching kids, talking to them about what drugs and alcohol and even tobacco can do, and you can't do that by yourself.
No, it's a pretty big order what we're trying to do, which is really to make an impact in our community so that our kids, we're thinking about 6th through 12th graders, but of course we care about everybody. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of our target, and what we're measuring is, can we bring that, can we increase the positive choices that they're making and decrease the negative choices that they're making, and how do we do that as a community? Mm-hmm. And so we feel like we are out there making a difference, making some changes, and I know we've talked a lot over the years. We're now in our 4th year of working on this, so this is a long-term commitment that we have.
Well, what's great is that in addition to all the programs, you also have a way to kind of gauge what's going on in the schools through a anonymous survey that the students take.
That's right. Yep. So I thought I would share a little bit of that today. Mm-hmm. The way this works is that the state of Minnesota has a standardized survey that they ask school districts to ask their students to take. And it's not every grade for this, but in 2013, 8th, 9th, and 11th graders took the survey. And I thought I would compare that back to 2010, and they actually asked different grades to do that. So that makes it a little harder to compare. But back in 2010, it was 6th graders, 9th graders, and 12th graders. Okay. So those 9th graders, that's kind of the common class that they asked in both 2010 and 2013. So we've been looking especially at that, just to kind of see. As I said, we've been working on this now since 2010. So is there a change?
Made an impact?
Yeah, right. And we know change takes a while, but we think that it would be realistic to see a difference. And so I thought I'd share that today.
So what did you find?
Well, so we're looking at alcohol, tobacco, marijuana use, and prescription drug abuse. And so let's start with alcohol. Alcohol has really been the thing that one of the things the coalition has focused the most on is trying to prevent underage drinking. And we have done that through something called the Social Host Ordinance, which says that you can't be the place that alcohol is consumed by minors. You can't have that happen on your farm or in your house and know about it as an adult. And we also have been working with the schools. In fact, we just finished a big round of peer leader training. We trained 70 kids at Willow Creek last week as peer leaders, and we've trained about that number in 7th grade at the junior high, and then 8th graders so our first class is kind of going through, graduating this curriculum. So we have been working a lot on alcohol, so we were really keeping our fingers crossed
that there was
would be an improvement. And there has been an improvement. In that 9th grade class, we went from 18% of them in 2010 that said they had had a drink in the last 30 days. Now let's stop for a second. 18% of our 9th graders said they had had a drink in the last 30 days in 2010. We don't want that number to be that high. Mm-mm. I mean, we're talking about kids that are 15 years old. Yeah. So that number is down to 15% in 2013. So that's a good change. Mm-hmm. I mean, something like 1/6 of the number, coming down. So, 3% change there. So we're really thrilled. And we will continue to work to bring that number down. Yeah. Now, when I'm talking to kids, I always flip that around.
Yes.
Right? And I always say to them, hey, 72% of 9th graders didn't drink in the last 30 days. And I still think that's important for us to remember as a community.
Focus on the kids. Yeah.
We can focus on the fact that most of our 9th graders are not doing that. But I think when we're talking to adults, we need to say, hey, this is something that we want to make this better. Mm-hmm. So that's alcohol, so we're really excited about that. The other substance that we've really been talking a lot about as a coalition is tobacco. And we were talking off the air about the fact that I think most folks know that tobacco or nicotine is addictive. Mm-hmm. I mean, we all know that. But one of the things I heard just recently and was reminded of just recently is that tobacco and nicotine is actually the most addictive substance that we know about. It's more addictive than heroin. It's more addictive than alcohol. This is a really tough thing to quit mm-hmm. once you've become addicted to nicotine. And so I think it's always good when we're talking about addiction to get a little compassion and empathy. Yeah. That this is something, it's really hard. And so we really, as a community, we just do not want our kids, our next generation, to have to fight that fight. Mm. And so we have been we did some work on tobacco-free parks. We came in and talked mm-hmm. about that. Our coalition has been partnering with our public health department to talk to retailers about, kind of not advertising it quite as much in the store. Or another thing we talked about was the e-cigarettes. Mm-hmm. So we have really been focusing on trying to do something about that as well. And the good news on that is that we're also down. We're down about 2.5% for 9th graders. So about 12.5% of 9th graders in 2010 said that they had smoked a cigarette in the last 30 days. Again, why is anybody doing it?
Well, and it's so interesting because we're from a culture where for a while we thought doctors thought it was healthy for us.
Yep.
And so we're really trying to get out of that. But I love the concept that it is the most addictive substance that we know. So don't start it.
Yeah,
it's not even worth starting it.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah, you don't want to be addicted to drugs, so you don't do that. But
right.
It's so important.
So we're down to 10% of our 9th graders that said they had done that in the last 30 days. So again, I think that's a good start, a good chunk a difference that we're making. Picture gets a little less clear when we talk about marijuana, and I've shared that this is a tough prevention topic right now. There's not a lot of good information in people's hands about marijuana, and that's something that we as a coalition have really been focusing on this year.
Well, and part of that's because it was an illegal drug. They couldn't do studies on it. But that
Right.
is changing now.
In terms of especially the medical part of marijuana, we're learning more and more, and there are actually all kinds of trials going on to see what part of marijuana might have medical purposes. That doesn't mean that you need to go out and smoke it.
Yeah.
They're actually looking at a mouth spray and some pill forms and other things, and oil. I think a lot of people have heard about this young woman who takes this oil and it helps with her seizures. So that's all really good, and you're right, we're just kind of scratching the surface on that. But I think people hear marijuana as medicine and they're like, oh, that must be totally a good idea for me as a 15-year-old to use that. So we are really working on that one. And the last thing that we're looking at is, so I'll just say in terms of marijuana, it went up a little bit between 2010 and 2012. We kind of expected that.
Because of all of the news coverage, the culture that is in there right now. Yeah.
Yep. And then prescription drug abuse is the other thing. We've talked a lot about Take It to the Box, our prescription drug disposal program. And we don't really have a baseline from 2010 because they didn't really ask the question in a way that we can compare it. So more to come on that.
but still just be aware of what's in your cupboard, what needs to be taken care of, how to get rid of it, when you need to get rid of it, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And, so that kind of gives folks an idea about what we've been up to, the things we think we've had success with. Areas that we're moving into. So if you want to get involved, I would be remiss if I didn't say at the end of being on here, find us on Facebook, find us on the web, give me a call, send me an email, and get involved in this because it's really, we feel like it's really important.
Intergenerational. It really
Absolutely.
is. It really is. Well, thank you so much. We love to have you here
Thank
as
you.
always. And please stay with us. We're going to be right back. We're talking about building barns. It'll be exciting. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Have you talked to your teen about marijuana lately? Maybe you should. Regular marijuana use can sap a teen's motivation to learn. Users do not live up to their potential and drop out of positive activities. Marijuana affects memory and learning and stays in your system for weeks. Marijuana also affects judgment and perception. Reaction time when driving is reduced by 41% after smoking one joint and 63% after smoking two, affecting the safety of your teen and other drivers on the road. You need to talk to your teen about the effects of marijuana use. It's not just a harmless high. For more information, please contact the Steele County Safe and Drug-Free Coalition.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with the Owatonna Business Incubator. We're here to help small businesses start and to grow. We're a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I am Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
Did you know there are families in Steele County that go to bed hungry every night because parents don't have enough food to feed their children or themselves? This is Stormy Traum from the Steele County Food Shelf reminding you that March is Minnesota Food Share Month. So far this year, we have provided food to over 500 Steele County residents, and the need continues to grow. Please help us keep our shelves stocked with nutritious food by donating money or non-perishable food items to the Steele County Food Shelf. Our goal is to raise $100,000 in the month of March. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for all your generous support of the Steele County Food Shelf.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. It's time to think about the fair. I know it's winter, but it's a great time to think about the fair. I have with me Jim Gleason. Hi.
How are you, Shelley?
I am well. How are you?
Good. You know, it makes me feel good at this long, brutal winter that we've had. When I work on the fair and think about fair stuff, you think about nice weather.
Doesn't it? It does.
Yes.
Do me a quick favor, Jim, and give a quick introduction to yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, Jim Gleason. I've been up at the fair for just about 3 years now. Been secretary manager for a little over a couple of years, and just kind of still learning things. But think I kind of got a lot of the stuff down now and everything. And so it's there's been a lot of things going on up at the fairgrounds and with the fair, as I'm sure you know.
Yes. Well, and it's always a big event. You know, people take the week off. It's something that we plan our lives around, but yet we still have a little blip of the fair coming up because you have an opportunity for people to come have some fun, think about the fair, and for a good cause.
Right. Well, as I'm sure a lot of people know, we've been constructing a big new livestock facility, the L&R Radel family livestock facility, livestock pavilion actually, that's going up at the fairgrounds now. And if you haven't gone by, go by and take a look at it because it is huge. It is a big barn, about 145 by 190, and even though it's been pretty challenging to build this winter, the crew out there has been doing a yeoman's job, and they've been working away at it, and it's really taken shape, and it looks pretty neat. So
we're hoping to have it ready for this fair.
Correct. We're hoping to we will have it ready for the fair. You know, hopefully everything will be all completed on it, but we will have it ready for the fair, and going to house horses and probably beef cattle in there, and then move the goats, sheep, and llamas that were under the tent that replaced the barn that went down a few years ago. Those will move over to the foundation building, Shelley. So
when's the last time? Do you know when the last time a new building like this was built on the facility?
Probably the foundation building, which I believe was dedicated in 2006.
So it's been a little while since we've had this kind of building.
Right.
Why is such a big building? And talk to us a little bit about the reasoning behind that.
Well, we had a long range plan that was done back in 2009, 2010 by a architectural company out of Des Moines, and they kind of set out a plan of how to lay things out, and it was shortly after that plan was done that this first barn collapsed due to snow load, and that was actually 4 years ago already, Shelley, in 2010. So, that was kind of, the suggestion was kind of decided, kind of a drawing, to move the barns, turn the barns the other way and have them run east and west. So that's the reason that we're building the barn like that. It'll go out, the horses will be able to go out the east side, right into a warm-up area, and then the horse arena on the east end, and then the livestock will be able to go out the west end through an entrance that'll go into the cattle show arena. So it should keep everything on that side of the road and off the street.
Because you mentioned that there's just traffic congestion because of the horses going across there.
Our main purpose was to not have to have the horses cross the street because safety became an issue, and there were some near incidences and stuff, and so we wanted to do that, and so that's
it makes complete sense.
Right.
About how many horses and cattle will be able to be in this building?
Well, I think there's going to be about 160 stalls, if I'm not mistaken, and so it's a pretty big facility. So there'll be a mixture. We don't know what exactly is going to come at this point, but right around that number of stalls in there. So it'll be a big facility with 2 restrooms in it, and wash racks for the cattle and horses, and some other things. We have to build a new milk house that'll go down with the dairy. The dairy will be in the other 2 barns that are to the west, which of course will probably have to be replaced
at some point.
Couple 3 more years as well. So
and that's what's interesting is that this is the Steele County Free Fair. This is a fair that is free. So in order for people to do this kind of thing, there actually has to be fundraising,
right?
Because you don't charge people to coming in the door, which makes it an amazing fair. So let's talk about this. We do have the barn.
We have the Barn Bash.
Barn Bash coming up.
Right. We have the Barn Bash. First, I guess I'll talk about our supper over at HyVee, Shelley, which is coming up here on Saturday, March the 15th, so just a little over a week away. March 15th from 5 to 8, and this is the 3rd year that HyVee is partnering with us to put on this fundraising supper. It'll be a barbecue rib dinner this year, which should be really good. They do a great job on it. Adult tickets age 13 and over are $10. The menu for them is barbecue ribs, party potatoes, baked beans, coleslaw, and dinner roll or cornbread. And those tickets are available at the fair office ahead of time here if anybody would like to stop and purchase those. And then we have a kids menu with kids tickets ages 12 and under for $4 each, and their menu is a 2-piece chicken strip dinner with mac and cheese, Oreo dessert, and dinner roll.
It's like kids.
Yes, yeah, just what they'd want, right?
That's exactly what they'd want.
And this has gone over very well. The Fair Board members will be serving A&W root beer floats for $1.
Oh, fun.
So that'll be going on as well.
It's fair food. It's so nice to have in this time of winter to have some fair food, and again, bring a little warmth in there. Yeah.
Right. So that'll be at HyVee's Kitchen, like I mentioned. Tickets available at the fair office now, or they can be purchased at the door, serving again from 5 to 8 p.m. And then I should also mention, Shelley, that we'll be kicking off our raffle again. We've done a raffle the last 2 years, which has been very successful. And so we'll be kicking off our raffle again at that supper. Tickets will be $20 again, $20 raffle tickets. You can purchase them at the dinner. We'll sell them all through the Barn Bash through the summer. The drawing won't be until Sunday night. They'll be sold until 7 o'clock Sunday night of the fair.
That it opens.
Right. On Sunday night, the drawing will actually be held at 9 o'clock on the United Prairie Bank stage following the football rally, which always is one of our last events there on the United Prairie stage, and it will be shortly after that the drawing will be.
And you don't have to be present to win.
Don't have to be present to win. We've got over $5,000 worth of prizes, including $4,000 in cash prizes. And I want to plug my 3 prizes that were donated. The cash is, of course, from the Ag Society, the fair. Mankey's Outdoor Equipment and Appliances donated a lawnmower, Cabela's donated a grill, and the Holiday Inn donated a weekend and meal certificate out at the Holiday Inn.
So it's a great opportunity to support a fair that we all love and love to be a part of, and get a little summertime, and maybe, as someone was saying earlier, that if they got the $2,000, they would, of course, take plane tickets to go somewhere warm. But so it's a great opportunity to do that. When people come to this fundraiser, are there other ways that they can get involved? Because I know there's so many volunteer opportunities. Are there other ways for them to be involved at the fair?
Well, we are always looking for some volunteers. They could let us know if they'd like to help out with something. We'll find something for some people to do in that. That's for sure. One thing I know we're going to do is a survey this year, which is going to be new. So there's that. We have gotten some just flat donations for the barn from some different folks on that. So obviously that's available as well. We are 501c3 now. I should mention that. We just got that designation not too long ago, and so we are that. And then I should also mention, as we're kind of wrapping up here, that our third Barn Bash, our Barn Bash will be held in June again. It'll just be one day this year. That will be on June the 28th. We decided to downscale it just a little bit from a 2-day event down to a 1-day event. So we'll have some more information on that as we get closer. But Barn Bash, June 28th, mark it on your calendar on a Saturday, and that's another chance for people to help us out, and we can raise some money.
And if there's any questions, or if they want to see any of it, I know they can call the fair office to get some more information that way, and it'd be a great opportunity. So one more time, we have a barbecue rib dinner coming up Saturday, the 15th.
Correct.
And the time?
Is from 5 to 8 p.m. at HyVee's Kitchen, and tickets available at the fair office, or you can get them at the door. Of course, adult menu and kids menu, and lots of good things going on. A&W root beer floats, and it'll be a lot of fun. It's just kind of a good thing to get people out and around and promote the fair, and
a little taste
kind
of
of break up the winter a little bit.
Yes, good. Well, I wish you all the luck, because we want to burn that mortgage as quickly as possible.
That's right. We want to keep raising those dollars. Well, thanks, Shelley. I appreciate it. We'll see you at the supper.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
My kids will like it. That's for sure.
Good.
Okay, we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, Warren Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
And we are back with a look at your community announcements. As we said at the top of the show, the Owatonna Today Show is teaming up with the Steele County Food Shelf during March Food Share Month to help raise money for the food shelf. Leanne's video business, The Third Hand Incorporated, was given permission to film and sell copies of this weekend's Hometown Sampler. Cost is $10 for each DVD, and the entire proceeds do go to the food shelf. If you'd like a copy of this year's Hometown Sampler, please call Leanne. Her number is 507-390-5751, or you can email her at owatonnatoday@charter.net. Get to see a beautiful production as well as help out a great cause. March is National Youth Art Month, and in celebration, the Owatonna Art Center is featuring works from students kindergarten through 12th from the Owatonna Public Schools. The exhibition is open on this past weekend and will go through the end of the month. Gallery hours are from 1 to 5, Tuesday through Sunday. Steele County Historical Society is pleased to announce its programming for this Thursday at the History Center at 10:15. It's the History Detectives for preschool-age children, and at 6:30 it's the Time Travelers for kids kindergarten through 6th grade. Each one will be talking about the journeys, the legends, and the lore of Minnesota. And the Historical Society is also excited to announce retired Pastor Paul Nelson as he talks about Abraham Lincoln's graveyard ghouls. It's an opportunity to talk about these ghouls or grave robbers, as Abraham Lincoln's body was moved 17 times. And while he was in one of his temporary locations, a plot was hatched to steal his body and hold it for ransom. Admission for the lecture is free for those Historical Society members, $2 for non-members. Riverbend Naturalists is on the move on March 15th from 5 to 7 for their third Women in Nature series. It's an opportunity to talk about maple syruping, and pre-registration is required by this Friday. Call 507-332-7151 for more information. And while you're talking to them, talk to them about Saturday from 6 to 8:30 as they have their winter movie series. It's a movie about the things people want, the things that they need, and a mysterious creature who speaks for the trees. The family-friendly programming is free with suggested donations of $2 per individual, $6 for family, and feel free to bring your favorite movie time snacks. Fresh movie theater popcorn will be available for 25 cents. The Owatonna Arts is featuring concert pianist Christopher Atzinger this March 9th at 2 p.m. He has performed internationally throughout the United States and will give a concert on Sunday at 2 p.m. So you want to check that out. Call the Art Center for more information. The first Veterans Roundtable will be held on Tuesday at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Owatonna. The first speaker will be Emmer Lamont, who served on LST number 611. He's going to relate his service during World War II, battles in the South Pacific, and will relate to perhaps the greatest naval battle in American history, the Battle of Gulf Lafayette in the Philippines. You're invited to this event at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Owatonna. And the second annual Mike Hansen Memorial Washer Board Tournament is now taking entries. The event will be held on Saturday the 15th at the Owatonna Eagles Club. All proceeds do go to the Owatonna Youth Hockey in Mike's name. Contact Wes for more information, 456-4280. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. We always love that you hang out with us for a few minutes. Join us on Friday when we're going to talk about the Evening for Kids' Sake as well as March Food Share Month. We'll see you on Friday.